بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين صلى الله على سيدنا محمد الصادق الوعد الأمين وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين ورضي الله عن أزواجه وأصحابه وأحبابه والتابعين وعنا معهم برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. Some of the ayat that were recited talked about Sayyidina Musa alayhi salatu wasalam and him going through the tests of being in Egypt with Pharaoh, crossing over the sea and being basically saved by Allah from the tyranny of Pharaoh and his people. That's the second coming. The first coming, when Musa was left Egypt after he had that quarrel with the man. Pharaoh was chasing him. He arrived there, and who received him? The Quran doesn't say, but allegedly Shu'aib alayhi salatu wasalam. And the two daughters of Shu'aib, they meet him. And eventually they introduce him to their father. In fact, right away, almost next time, they introduce him to their father. And that's also a nice thing for to learn from those people who want to get married. A lot of times, I told you, some brothers said, I met this girl, mashallah, she's a very good Muslim, I think I like her. And, I am very interested, but I want to talk to her for about a few months, maybe during, Sha'ban and Ramadan and Shawwal and Zil Qa'dah, Zil Hijjah. What, you need Sha'ban, may Allah Sha'banize you. Learn from what the daughter of Shu'aib alayhi salatu wasalam allegedly said. She met Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. When do you go to the homes? You enter you enter the doors from the houses from the doors. She told them, my father invites you to come. Come to his house. Mashallah, if you want to get married, if your intention is good, the means have to be good. The means cannot be wrong. Noble objectives require noble means. Noble objectives should not include dishonorable means. It's not good. So she invites him to meet her father, allegedly here Shu'aib alayhi salatu wasalam, and he tells him, okay, you know what? I am giving you an offer to marry one of my daughters right away. There is no, here's what it is. Notice before that, Sayyidina Musa was making dua, Allah najjini min al-qawm al-zalimin. Ya Allah, save me from evil. From qawm zalimin, evil doers. Being saved from evil doers, oftentimes we make dua, what? Ya Allah, give me, Ya Allah, give me, Ya Allah, give me. But we forget to make dua, Ya Allah, save me from evil and evildoers. May Allah save you all from evil and evildoers. Because you don't want to say, you don't want to see evil, nor do you want to see evildoers. Wallah. Fitna. Fitna, make people have fitna in their deen. And we mentioned yesterday about the nur, and we mentioned that the dhikr of Allah is nur. The salah on Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is nur. The Quran is nur. The siyam is nur. The salah is nur. The sadaqah is nur. All these things are nur, and the further you stay away from the nur, things become blurry. Your vision doesn't become clear. You make wrong choices. That's why Sayyidina Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, he says, Rabbi najjini min al-qawm al-zalimin. Ya Allah, save me from al-qawm al-zalimin. When he arrives at Shu'aib, what does Sayyidina Shu'aib tell him alayhi salatu wasalam? He says, La takhaf, najawta min al-qawm al-zalimin. Don't have any worry, Allah saved you from al-qawm al-zalimin. Now you arrived with me. And that's why, notice, Al-Quran Al-Kareem stresses on the good company. Not just in the dunya. Allah says also in the Quran, وَتَوَفَّنَا مَعَ what? مَعَ الْأَبْرَارِ. Ya Allah, when we die, make us die in the right company. Allahu Akbar. Die in the right company. I understand, live in the right company. Khair. Al-Quran speaks about living in the right company. Sahih. لكن not just living with the right company. Wallahi, dying in the right company. No, you don't want to be in evil company, not living nor dying. One brings the rahmah of Allah. One company brings the rahmah of Allah on you. The other company brings the curse and the la'na of Allah on you. You don't want to be around that. And that's why it's very important for us to understand who are we surrounding ourselves with. And that's why hadith al-Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, hadith ibn Abbas fi Sahih Imam Muslim. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says what in his dua? Allahumma ja'al min amami nura. Ya Allah, make nur from in front of me. Waj'al min khalfi nura. And make nur from behind me. Waj'al an yamini. And on my right make nur. And on my left make nur. And from above me make nur. And from below me make nur. Waj'alni nura. And make me nur. Nurun ala nur. And this is important for all of us who we are. Tell me who your company is, I tell you who you are. Right? That's why we need to take this month of Ramadan to bring as much nur as possible. It's our, Allah may protect us through that and bring barakah to our homes. Ramadan, bring the nur to your home. You're doing Salat al-Taraweeh in the masjid. Very good, very important. This is the first year after COVID. Lakin also take, I told you from the beginning of Ramadan, at least 2 rak'ah before you. You're going to sleep. Before you sleep, 2 rak'ah. Allahu Akbar. Make wudu, sleep on wudu and do 2 rak'ah. Bring the salah to your home. You need that nur and barakah in your home. Maybe because of that barakah Allah saves you, or Allah saves your children, or Allah saves your grandchildren. Ata bin Abi Rabah, one of the tabi'een, tabi'i Yemeni, he used to, the end of the night, let's say from 12 a.m. till Fajr, he would divide it into 3/3. He wakes up, he prays 1/3. Then he wakes up his mother or his wife. And no, he used to live with his wife and his mother, right? So he wakes up his wife. She prays the other 1/3 of the night. Before she finishes that third, she wakes up her mother-in-law. No, the relation was good. Huh? Okay. She doesn't wake her up out of revenge. You know what happens after you get married? There becomes World War III. Before, mashallah, very nice. Tamam. She wakes up her mother. She now prays the 1/3 of the night. The whole third of the night is prayed in his house. 1/3 by him, 1/3 by his wife, 1/3 by his mother. His mother died. He sat with his wife. He said, look, our house are used to having the night prayer the whole night here, the last third of the night. My mother died. What do you suggest? She says we split the night. You pray half and then I pray the other half. So that the house will always testify to La ilaha illallah. No, these walls testify to La ilaha illallah. Around you, the walls that you see, they testify that, they come. يَوْمَ تَشْهَدُ أَيْدِيهِمْ وَأَرْجُلُهُمْ بِمَا كَانُوا يَكْسِبُونَ. He lived until his wife died. Then he spent all his life doing qiyam the whole night by himself until he passed on. Lakin this is something that's important that brought nur to him and brought nur to his family. Allegedly, Shafi'i rahimahullah, he saw something that he wasn't supposed to see, allegedly. He could memorize photographically, he no longer is able to memorize. And he went to his Shaykh Waki', the Shaykh of Shafi'i, allegedly. He says, شَكَوْتُ إِلَى وَكِيعٍ سُوءَ حِفْظِي فَأَرْشَدَنِي إِلَى تَرْكِ الْمَعَاصِي. He says, I went to my Shaykh Waki' and I told him, I'm no longer able to have barakah in my time. I used to memorize, I don't have barakah in my hifz. See, because we confuse the barakah with the amounts today. We think more means better versus barakah means better. You can have more all you want. If there's no barakah, all the numbers don't make any sense anymore. Anyway, he says, I complained to my Shaykh Waki' about my no barakah in my memorization anymore. I don't know what's happening. فأرشدني إلى ترك المعاصي. My Shaykh al-Shafi'i says, Waqi' told me I should stop sinning. Look where I am sinning, I need to stop. وقال بأن علم الله نور. And he told me that the ilm about Allah is nur. وَنُورُ اللَّهِ لَا يُعْطَى لِعَاصِي. And the nur of Allah is never given to a sinner. So, هذا Ramadan, bring that nur. Let's bring these things also in our minds and our hearts and our families. I'll tell you one last thing. Shaykh Abdul Qadir al-Jilani. He says, one day my mother sent me on a trip. Oh, she gave me some money. Oh, she told me, no matter what happens, don't lie. Huh? Lying? No. He says, in the caravan we went, and we were intercepted by desert robbers. They took everybody's food, and they looked in Shaykh Abdul Qadir's stuff. Allegedly, they didn't find any money. They told him, do you have any money? He said, yes. And we looked, we didn't find any money. He said, no, but I hid it right here. The thieves say, are you crazy? No, we did not. Why are you showing us? We didn't ask you. We just asked you, where's the money? He says, yes. Here's my money. My mother gave it to me. And she told me that it's easier to lose the money than to lie in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You want the money? Here's the money. It's my money, you can't steal it. But if you take it, you're stealing it. But I'm not lying, I'm going to tell you where the money is. These guys, they lost their mind and they let him go. A sidq is always the best thing you can do before Allah. Allah Azza wa Jalla is more honorable for me than to lie about $2-3 or dirhams or whatever it is. It's not important. Allah will replace you. If He doesn't replace you, you say, okay, I lost 100, but Allah did not replace me. He may not have replaced you with numbers. He may replace you with barakah that supersedes all numbers. Barakah that remains not in your children, but in your grandchildren and great-grandchildren and offspring till Qiyamah. Numbers will never stay till Qiyamah. Barakah will. The nur will. And my daleel, what Allah said in Surah Al-Kahf, وَكَانَ أَبُوهُمَا صَالِحًا. And their father was a good man. That's why Allah sent Al-Khadr and Musa, both of them, to serve them. May Allah Azza wa Jal give us from that nur and make our life nur. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله.